squats versus deadlifts. Which of the two big lower body lifts is going to have a bigger impact on your skating and your hockey performance? That's what you're about to find out in this video, so let's hit it. Starting with barbell squats. You won't find a hockey player on this planet who hasn't squatted before. You will find a ton of guys who have never squatted right, who have never squatted well, who have never squatted heavy. But everyone has squatted. Barbell squats are the go-to lower body exercise from the moment young hockey athletes first pick up a barbell, which also leads to some problems down the line. If you look at a hockey player's legs, they typically show solid quad development. This is a result of skating for years and years, which makes the front side of your legs bigger, particularly the vastus lateralis. The muscle on the outside of the thigh is disproportionately developed in hockey players. On the other hand, the vastus medialis, a teardrop-shaped muscle on the inside of the thigh, which helps stabilize the knee, is underdeveloped. This muscular imbalance between the quad muscles can and often does lead to knee problems, which is a topic I need to cover in depth in a future video to do it full justice. But for now, let's talk about another common muscular imbalance that exists in hockey players. It's between the quads and hamstrings and the quads and glutes. Why is that? Because on and off the ice, hockey players overwork the front side of the leg, the quads, while neglecting the back side, the glutes and hamstrings. Remember, through skating, your quads are already overpowering your glutes and hams when it comes to strength and size. If, on top of that, you also do those typical half or quarter squats that so many hockey players perform in the gym, you're going to make this problem even worse. By constantly overloading the squat in a limited range of motion, you're doing three detrimental things to your performance. First, you're amplifying the muscular imbalances in your lower body, so injury risk goes up. Second, you're placing a ton of unnecessary stress on your joints, particularly the knees and lower back. Again, you're more likely to get injured. And three, you're sabotaging the growth of your posterior chain muscles, which means you're never going to be the blazing fast skater you want to be. If you look at the fastest men on earth, sprinters, you'll see they have unreal hamstring and glute development to go hand in hand with their tree trunk quads. From a muscular point of view, these athletes are balanced. Their quads, glutes, and hamstrings are big and strong and proportionate to each other, whereas a typical hockey player is way unbalanced. Keeping that in mind, let's talk about deadlifts. It pains me to say this, but hockey players are incredibly weak deadlifters. To give you an idea, when I was training junior and pro guys in Espoo, Finland, we had maybe two guys on the pro team who could trap bar deadlift 400 pounds outside of the athletes I had previously worked with at the under 20 level. Everyone else was lifting around 330, 375, which is a horrible result for a pro athlete. Especially considering that pulling 400 pounds wouldn't even put you in the top 5 among my 16-year-olds who, as a group, were much better athletes than the pros. My under 18 and under 20 players really bought into our off-ice system. They had a great attitude about training and wanting to get better, and their results reflected that. We had too many players from those junior teams to count who went on to become pros, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. Coming back to deadlifts. Why are so many hockey athletes, even pro guys, such bad deadlifters? The first and most obvious reason is they are not training the lift. If the law mandated that for every set of squats a hockey player completes, he must also do a set of deadlifts, the problem would pretty much solve itself overnight. But guys don't deadlift because they don't know correct technique, they fear lower back injury, they don't feel comfortable pulling a heavy bar off the floor. And let's face it, some athletes are plain lazy. They don't want to do hard things. Deadlifts certainly are one of the hardest things you can do in the gym, which is unfortunate because the deadlift, when done right, is an incredible posterior chain builder. A ton of hockey players are not anywhere near as fast as they could be because their hamstrings and glutes are not strong enough to generate the kind of force required to really explode your body forward. Think about it. Your lower body has 3 large muscle groups: the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. Hockey players have 1 out of 3 covered. When 2/3 of the main muscle groups that contribute to your skating speed are underdeveloped, what's that gonna do? You're gonna be slow. So coming back to the question I posed at the beginning of this video, between squats and deadlifts, which is going to have a bigger impact on your skating and overall performance? The answer is deadlifts. Obviously, you're not going to skip one of these movements in favor of the other. That would be stupid. And that's not what I'm recommending at all. A solid off-ice hockey training program should include variations of squats and deadlifts. But if I had to pick one over the other to bring up your lagging lower body muscles, to balance you out, to improve your speed, while also decreasing your odds of getting injured, then the deadlift is my clear winner. On that note, check out this video about the best deadlift for hockey players. And this one right here about the #1 deadlift boosting exercise you have never done before. Thank you for watching. If you want more great training and nutrition tips like this, then hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.